To prepare for war, you must prepare in the time of peace. And the big question is, has Nigeria prepared for war in the time of peace, or prepared to prevent wars in the time of peace? And it all starts with leadership. Do we truly have a democracy in Nigeria? It would sound strange when you think about peacekeeping and peace building in communities. But if you live in a country where roughly half the people are women and that they do not occupy positions of authority. So, for example, we have one of the lowest number of members in parliament on the entire continent. Rwanda has about 48% women. Senegal, our neighbor here, right here in West Africa, 46, South Africa, roughly 45, Ghana, 15. And then Nigeria has just a paltry 6. Everyone complains about the number of women Ghana has in parliament, but then it's worse for Nigeria. And there's been a definite link between conflicts and the number of women in leadership across the world. There's been research that has shown that. One is also because of the perspective women leaders bring to peace building, bring to the issues of development, and how they engage on issues. That when you have men in authority, and when you have a pure male leadership, that the way in which we deal with issues are quite different. And you should have to think about the Nigerian example. What have we done about the various theaters of conflicts across Nigeria over time? We've thought to ourselves, we need guns. We need more guns. We need more ammunition. We need to recruit more soldiers. We need to send more of them out. Has it worked? No. But then why do we do it that way? Because that's the perspective men bring to the table. But if you had women on the table as well, they would tell you, hey, it looks as though when you have inequity, when you don't treat people equally, when people do not have food, when people don't have access to education, then they begin to think about other social vices that bring us to the point in which we have found ourselves. But because they're missing from their table, their perspectives are already missing from the table, the way in which we engage and the way in which crises are created are quite different. The other part is, are we bringing ourselves out of this hole? Apparently not. Now, in the just concluded elections, only 1,119 women contested. Meanwhile, we had more than 10,000 contestants in all. And of that number, the success rate, only 48 women won any seat, whether at the state level, federal level, combine everybody together. You had just 48 women win, which is roughly 4.7% success rate for women. And then you think to yourself then, how do we want to change this dynamic? We have a national action plan for peacekeeping, for the implementation of Resolution 1325. But yet at the same time, that we're only paying lip service to this national action plan, because if you don't put those structures in there, it's not going to work. You think that because a lot of women are not educated, then that is how conflicts, they should then be excluded. But sister, you and I are educated. Except for the tables you and I have created. Tell me the tables to which we have been called to for peacekeeping, for peace building in our country. Think about it. Your initiatives in Kaduna, initiatives like the Nigerian ones, that we continue to run these tables by ourselves. And that women have always run this table pre-colonial, during colonial era, and all of that we're still playing the same game. Till you treat half of your population like human beings, there can be no peace. And that's the story of Nigeria. And that's the story of a number of countries that are in conflict right now. You need to look around across the world at the countries that are in conflict and find out that there is a great disparity in the way women and men are treated when it comes to leadership. And so that's my perspective. Let's start even from the homes. The way in which women are treated, the way in which we share responsibility, the way in which we share responsibility in our local groups, whether it is in your estate's leadership, whether it is in your children's school, in the way in which the boys are treated, the girls are treated, the way in which women and men do the same work, but women earn less than men for the same amount of work, is very troubling, even in a country like Nigeria. And so till we deal with these issues, we haven't even scratched the surface yet about the role and spotlighting the role of women. And let's remember again that women inordinately suffer more as primary caregivers, and that when women suffer, children suffer, and that we take down 75% of the population because we fail to build an equitable society. Thank you.